Thank you so much for inviting us, Elena Pérez-Moreiras and myself, Marta Prieto, to your Congress, which is very exciting. I think it's really a marvelous dream made true to be here with you, spreading, spreading knowledge to the service of human being. This is what I chose to do 10 years ago. So I became an editor. I'm a coach myself, but I decided to contribute somehow else. So I'm producing books, and one of our main areas, key areas, is this psychology and coaching. And therefore, we came out to this marvelous project that I'm going to introduce very briefly, which is the launching of this book that you can see a bit of the cover that we have behind me, which is called Synergies Between Psychology and Coaching, Science and Art to the Service of Human Development, which is a larger work, very broad scope that has never been done before, and it's been possible thanks to the devotion of this wonderful woman that we have here behind, which is Elena Pérez-Moreiras, that she decided that this was something that has to be done. And 15 years ago, she had this dream, this idea, and she was able to put together a group of almost 60 people, in between psychologists and coaches. Some of them are both, have both expertise, and some other professionals from different fields that has a relation with these areas. So this is a work that 10 years after has a lot of material. So Elena and I, we met in the road. We have similar life purposes, collaboration. My purpose is spreading knowledge. And this book has seen the light recently, just at the end of last year. And as I said, is something that hasn't been achieved before, because we have the view of very different disciplines in these two key areas of knowledge. It's a book that is not only suitable for professionals, but for anyone, because it's one of this one was of the aims that was very easy to read, and but very complete. And I think it's very important that Elena explained to us now why we came out to this point in which we have to talk about synergies between two areas that at the end of the day seems to serve the same purpose, which is true, no? And I will let her explain also what the Multiversity Improving Network is, which is really the community that has made this project possible. So, Elena, please, you are the main leader in this project. I'm only your editor, so I prefer that you explain the whole thing yourself. But thank you again for inviting me here.
Thank you. Thank you, Marta. Thank you, Afshin, and thank you, Sajjad, because for me really it's a dream to be here. I was talking with them some minutes ago that for me, I have never thought that I could be in Iranian Congress, and it's really very, very beautiful to see how connections between all the people that are really committed with the development of human being, and the really the love that we have inside of ourselves, that I am absolutely positive that we are all connected, and this connection has to do with energy. Really, my PhD is about energetic intelligence. That is the new intelligence that we have already validated into science, and has to do with a beautiful model that, well, we could talk in another moment about this, that is this beautiful road, and here about energetic intelligence and coaching, and the multiversity improving network, that is the spiritual and energetic community that we are building, because we are absolutely positive that there is a lot of people in the world that want to connect with the same purpose of doing this world a better place. Our slogan is we co-create the world we deserve and already is. So thank you so much for this opportunity. As we mentioned, as Marta mentioned, this book has been really a hard job that took us 9.5 years, and it was born in the Association of Psychology in Madrid, really. In the Association of, I am a psychologist, but I have never, it's very important to differentiate the different kinds of psychologies that we have. In medicine, we are very used to say, I have a cardiologist or a neurologist or different specialists inside medicine. Well, in psychology is the same. We have the clinic psychology, that is the part of psychology who work with the people who have pain and illness in the mental area. And they need a very specialized professionals to deal with these issues. But there are another parts in psychology that has related to learning psychology, positive psychology, development psychology, work and organizational psychology, that has more to do with the capacity of the human being to grow and to develop the talent that we have, no? Also, we have to say that in the etymologicamente, well, I don't know in English what it is, but psychology is psyche, comes from psyche, logos. Psychology is psyche and logos. And psyche comes from the Greek, and it means soul. Psyche is soul. So the psychologists are students. Logos is a student or learning of the psyche. So we are students of the soul. So this is very important in nowadays, especially because we have a lot of challenges now with COVID and those very hard crises that we are living. So it is very important to have clear that every man have a soul, a soul inside. Soul is in Spanish is alma, and is hálito de vida. That is life breath, could be life breath. Soplo de vida. Okay. So the scientific psychologist, that you have to know that the psychology began to be a science in the end of the 19th century. Sometimes in the academy of psychology and in the science of psychology, they forget that we have a large tradition of knowledge that is very important, and not only the knowledge produced for 180 years, no? So this is a good opportunity for us to integrate all the knowledge in human beings and put this knowledge to the service of the evolution of humanity. So for this reason, we think that this book has the opportunity to let know to psychologists, to coaches, but to any kind of professional who wants to know the marvelous synergies between the two areas, what they can do together to the service of human being. And this question began with the book of Vicky Brock, that I think she is going to be also in the Congress. Vicky Brock did this marvelous job for 5 years or 6. It is her PhD also, and she has a very, very, very large and deep study about the sources of the coaching history. And she talks about 4 sources in the building of coaching. One is philosophy. So we have to know that coaching and psychology has the same mother, that is philosophy. So one root is philosophy, the other is management, another is sports, and the fourth is psychology. Okay, so with Synergies, we try to put more clear some differences and some common things. They have a lot of common things, because coaching is based in behavior, and psychology also is the science that study behavior. So it's impossible to do coaching without behavior. It's impossible to relate each other without behavior. So psychology has a lot of things to tell to the world of coaching, and vice versa, because being in my case develop psychology, I have learned a lot taking my training also in a specific area of coaching. And even inside coaching, there are a lot of different tendencies, no? So one message very clear is that as much knowledge, as much open to the learning and studying of different areas of knowledge, more the service that we could offer to our clients could be much more deep and much high quality. Okay, so this is my point of view. I don't know if Afshin or Sajjad have more specific question that I could respond about executive coaching, about management, because I really began my career as a coach, as an executive coach in 1996, exactly, being a licensed in some tools for managers and CEOs that are marvelous, are American tools. Developed by a management research group that is a very important institute that has been studying about management and leadership competences since I think 1970s or something. So I am very pleased to answer some question, a specific question that you want to tell me about these issues.
Great. Thanks to you both and for your introduction. It was very marvelous, and we are very blessed that we have you here and we have this opportunity to talk about this very insightful topic. Sajjad, do you have any question?
Yes, this is not my question exactly, because we in Iran blamed that psychology is enough, and why we need to coaching rather than psychology. And when we have interpersonal psychology, cognitive psychology, and humanistic psychology, when we can speak about motivation in psychology in organizations and like that, why we need psychology, and why we need coaching, and coaching, what they were doing to to humans and to organizations and to management and leadership. Okay, this is my question, and this is our core claim in Iran.
So let me tell you that it has been exactly the same in Spain. Even it's been already nowadays. So, you know, I think both collective, my suggestion is to open, and this is really the objective of this book, invite to coaches and psychologists that doesn't know yet to the other part in deep, to open her mind, her eyes, to know deeply the other side. When you don't know very deeply another person, as example here, we have met at the same time, we can say that perhaps Afshin or Sanja is exactly as Elena or Marta. We are two persons, we have somebody, eyes and hair, and well, that's all. We don't need any more. But really, if we know that beside the other person there is something unique, we open our soul, our heart, and our mind to the other. And this is a very important competence in a coach and also in a psychology, to have the competence of listening, to ask and listen quietly. So I am absolutely positive that if psychologists wanted to open their mind and their ears and their souls and their hearts, what may I learn from coaches? And coaches say the same exactly question to the psychologists. The result will be marvelous, because each of us has something unique to give to the world. And all these things are necessary to the evolution of the world. So really, I think we are talking now in this moment about attitudes more than another thing. And the attitude for me is the first step to achieve results. If I am open to something, I will be enriched by this new look to the reality. Because let me tell you, this pen, or whatever it's called in English, I don't know what is the rotulador, Marta?
Oh, pen is fine.
Bueno, pen. Okay, this pen. This pen. Can you tell me how many different points of view have this pen? Come on, tell me. How many different real points of view has this pen? Come on.
It's pink and it's for girls.
For girls. Oh my God. In Spain, it's also for men. Eh?
And I think it's have another performance rather than writing. It's about highlight things, not writing. It's for highlight things and not writing. And I think I never use this for writing my diary or my lessons, but I can use it for painting, I think. I think that's enough.
Being all of these good knowledge and information about the pen, let me ask you, how many different points of view have
yes.
of view? How many has this
dimensions?
How many
dimensions? Yes.
Points of view.
It's so many. It's I think 360 degree in this way and 360 degree in this way. We can
and in the other way, and in the other way, and in the other way. So if a physics come, or a mathematics, how many they could tell us? How many different points of view?
Very, very much.
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Unlimited. Infinitos. ¿Cómo se dice eso en inglés?
Yes, infinite.
Infinites. Infinite point of view. This simple pen, my dears. Infinites. Infinites. So we are discussing every time if I have the good point of view or you have the good point of view. I could tell you, did you see a bar, ¿cómo se dice? Diagrama de barras, ¿cómo se dice? How is this? I don't know in English. Well, this. I could tell you, do you see this? And you could tell me, no, Elena. And yes, I see. No. Yes, no. And we spend all our time discussing or arguing of what of us has the real point of view. Infinitives, unlimited points of view, all of them real, my dear colleagues. So this is a little example to tell that is a question of attitude. All of us has a real point of view of all the realities in the world, and all of them are real. This is the reason because coaching and psychology might work more closely and coordinating for the human being, for the evolution, for trying to stop fighting all the tension that we have already with COVID. We have so many challenges now to afford that all hands, all arms, all minds are necessary, but connected with our soul. That is, for me, the central energy. We connect all of us with the universe, you know? So we are so intelligent that we are using our big intelligence to destroy ourselves. Is this really intelligence behavior? This is my question. What we are doing now to listen to the other part. How many times are using psychologists and coaches to sit in front to the other and tell, how do you want to learn me? How do you want to teach me? I'm sure you have a lot of things to teach me. Even if you are a psychologist or whatever, clinical psychologist, development psychologist, coach, ontologic coaching, sun coaching. There are a lot of different areas also and styles inside coaching. So for me now is the opportunity. Oh my God, excuse me. We have now the opportunity to sit in front the other part and build a space of integration, of listening, of building together a better world. So this is the question, a question of attitude. There is a very important difference, and in the ethic code of ICF and all of the association of coaches, there is a very important point that when a person who is in front of you have some very high levels of stress, or illness, or of pain or something, this is not an issue of coaching. It's an issue of psychology or clinical psychology, or a psychiatric also, because this person could need some pills or some chemic products to establish their chemic of their brain and to be in peace or in a good level to begin to be to think properly, to put in order the ideas or the feelings or whatever. So there are a very important frontier that is not possible to overpass. To overpass, that is the level of this person to manage her or himself the issue about perhaps stress or depression, because if we have a depression or a problem with personality, this is something that is needed to be approached by clinical psychologists. In my case, I am not also prepared to work with these cases. So coaches or psychologists dedicated to development, to sports, or even a work psychologist that doesn't go to the field of health, but is with deep problems. We need to know that this is nothing that we have to do with these cases. There are another professionals that need to have, because they are prepared in psychopathology and also in health, but with a diagnostic and a treatment. One of the most important difference between coaching and psychology, clinical psychology, not the other kind of psychology, positive or whatever, is the diagnosis. In coaching, we don't work with diagnosis because we are open to, and we don't put levels. We don't put levels to something. We only are open to go with our client in the path of his or her growth. But we don't do the diagnosis, and we don't give treatments. And in clinical psychology, there are diagnoses and treatments that, based on science, we know that work very well. If you have this kind of diagnosis, you have to introduce this kind of treatment. It's more similar to medicine, okay? But in coaching and in psychology of development, we don't use treatment. We only go with some techniques with this person in the path of the growth of his or her talent, and the path of achieve and put in practice their life purpose. That's clear enough?
Yes, thank you. This is very good and perfect.
I would like to add something. As you see, Elena, she said she's a passionate, and she also has a quality of talking from spirit, which is something that has a lot of value, as you can feel listening to her. From a more rational point of view, I would like to add a couple of questions related to your questions I had, which are: first, coaching is a reality. So for the one that still doubt if it makes sense, if it's a reality, because it makes sense. So let's go to Elena's approach. Let's see why it makes sense, no? So it really makes sense. It's a newer discipline. So psychology is still there, but we are in the point of maturity now of coaching, where integration is the next step, no? That's why this project also makes sense, no? And the other thing that I think is a beauty of the book is that it's clear enough that both disciplines are alive, they are dynamic. as a human being is, as the world is, they are not closed compartments. So they are still evolving, developing. So let's try to integrate, to make the development stronger for the whole purpose, no, of this effort, no. So this is very nice, I think, no, evolution concept, no. So we can lead the evolution, or we can wait to see what happens. But I think it's being proactive in what we want to make. Then how the next step is going to look like, I think it's our responsibility, no? So this is a challenge that we are inviting to take for coaches, for psychologists, or anyone, no, that wants to join this view, no?
And let me tell you that we have very good news nowadays, because we are here in Spain. I live in Madrid, and I am from Madrid, but I did my PhD about energetic and intelligence and energetic coaching in a university in Tarragona. Tarragona is in the north of Spain, in Catalonia. That is an area in Spain. And I did there my PhD, and we are building now a chair in the university about, first of all, energetic intelligence. We want to be 2 years focused in establishing very well the basis and the fundamentals of the theory of the energetic intelligence, and publishing articles regarding energetic intelligence. And after these 2 years, we would like to have this chair also to develop synergies between coaching and psychology. So it could be marvelous. It's a dream. We put it in the universe. We are now looking for funds and for people who wanted to help us to do this dream come true. And I am absolutely positive that perhaps in another 10 years, we could have a place in a university in Spain, a chair in a university, working to build this space where coaches and psychologists work together and put our job to the service of human beings. So we will see.
Great visions. Okay. You told about the different key disciplines in 2 actually areas. Is there anything specific that you like to mention to coaches to be aware of or use in their the practices that they are doing in their organization or main works?
Yes. I would tell the coaches that that don't hesitate and go with the drive of your soul. Okay, even to psychologists. Okay, because I think all of us has really a life purpose. Coaching is very effective to go with their clients and to help them to identify their life purpose. For me, this life purpose is related to the soul, and really is very important for the population, for coaches, for everything, to identify this life purpose. I have never heard about life purpose in my career in psychology. That is something that I took from coaching. So this is one of the things that for me, in my observer of this reality, that is very little my point of view, I took from coaching. So it's very important for me to go to identify our life purpose and to have the courage to make it possible and make it material, and to live our lives according our life purpose. Okay, that is really part of the energetic intelligence. Okay, another day we could talk a lot more if we want, because I'm very happy to share those knowledge, and well, this really is an opportunity for me to make real my life purpose. So thank you so much. And we are have this opportunity. We feel so very deep happiness. We enter in a state of flow. That is something very studied by Mihail Csikszentmihalyi, that is a marvelous psychologist that is talking has a lot of a huge career studying about flow. And also we flourishing, we flow like a flower. No, so my message for coaches is, don't hesitate. Go where your soul is guiding you, to look for the information you need, to look for the tools to be secure enough, increase your self-confidence, your self-knowledge, your self capacity to regulate yourself, and you will enter in a spiral of energy to grow and to really achieve extraordinary objectives that you never had perhaps imagined that you could achieve. So let's go. Feel your inner knower. You know, we have this other beautiful book, also edited by Kolima, that it's already in English, so everybody can now, in this moment, buy this book. They are John Collins and Leatra Harper. They wrote this book in 2006. And you know, this question of life, this synchronicity, one of my coaches, my master coach, is Alfonso Medina, and his coach was John Collins. And I began to prepare here in Spain an advanced program of energetic coaching in 2012, without knowing that Alfonso, that I asked come to do this project with me, had a master coach who read in the past this book with the same name. So when you discover this, you think, oh my God, I can't believe it. So I am absolutely positive that following the guide of your soul and your life purpose, and with a little bit of courage, you can fulfill all the dreams that you want.
Thank you, Afshin. We have time? Do we have time? Okay. I think we're going to last question. One of our most important challenge is collaboration with psychologists to help people in COVID conditions. Have you a suggestion to coaches to collaborate with psychologists to help our people with COVID conditions?
I think it's so important that all of us collaborate in this big challenge. There have been nowadays beautiful initiatives. One is a global mindfulness group. Global mindfulness group is the leader is Orly Meckler. I could tell you something more in the future, or perhaps Orly could come. Orly is not a coach. Orly is not a psychologist, but she has built in 2 months last year a platform in internet, in Facebook, that offer a half an hour each day from Monday to Friday to help the people to hold the COVID issue. So, for example, she's an example that, she was my client. I'm sorry, but she flourished last year. She decided to do this, and she connect through internet as we are now, and she give resources that in this place there are psychologists, there are coaches, there are yoga masters, there are people from mindfulness, a lot of different people going together and collaborating in holding through digital technology the issue of COVID that is so big. So let's go to build initiatives because it's very necessary. The people is not having problems, physical problems, a lot of psychological problems, and we need to manage with all our hands this big challenge.
Yes, I would like to add that also, if we do books, it's because we believe that with a book you can help yourself a lot. And some of the opportunities, that's a situation that the ones we are living is the isolation doesn't have a lot of attractive, but maybe you have more time to get good books and to devote to learn more things. So this is why we think this format, to put knowledge in this format, is the way to have in your house, in your office, wherever you are, a lot of, these 60 people into your house at your disposal at an expensive price for you to learn and to explore and to grow, no?
Would it be marvelous to have the opportunity to translate it in English? So if anybody wants to do it, it will be welcome. I'm really sorry, but I need to leave already.
Great. I wanted to thank you both, actually, Sajjad, Marta, and Elena, for this wonderful opportunity and great insights in the speaking and very positive attitude that I felt. And thank you so much to all, and be blessed, be healthy, and I hope to see you in person. Maybe.
Thank you, you too. Thank you, you too.
Thank you so much. We are at your disposal. Thank you, Afshin.
Thank you.
All the people involved. Thank you so much.
Have an editorial screen for anything you need. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.